All right, you guys. Cunningham, say, something has happened worthy of congratulations. Big. Something big, Carol. Big, big, big has happened worthy of congratulations, Edwards, for all of you. You guys have any idea what it is? Any idea? Something has happened, Cunningham, and I mean it for real. No. What did you say, Cunningham? Cunningham said we became sailors. It's better than that. Better than that, Cunningham. Yes.
We became engineers.
Listen to me. A couple of you just said it. You guys have made it, right? Basic Engineering Common Core. Engineering School Day 1, right? Well, it's also known as the only place to be in the whole effing Navy on day 1. Cunningham, right here in this room. You hear me? Did you hear me, Carter? I said, Carol, did you get it? Only is better than best, you guys. Listen to me. Congratulations to all of you. You guys have made it to the only place to be in the whole damn Navy on day 1. And I mean it for real, Edwards. And heads up, listen to this. I got like 20 years on most of you guys. So, if you haven't already learned this, I got your back. I'm going to teach you right now. You need to know this right now. Edwards, right here. If you don't know yet, Edwards, learn it right now. If you do know, congratulations. Good on you. Only morons make statements they can't back up with fact. This is item number 1. It needs to be learned right now. Ready, set, go. Learn it. You got it? Are we in agreement? Yes or no? Yes. I said only morons make statements they can't back up with fact, right? So, I made a big, bold statement already, didn't I? I said, you guys have made it to the only place to be in the whole Navy, and I meant it for real. And, not only am I not a moron, I have no time nor tolerance for morons on any level. And now, you guys know, right? How the Navy teaches you, right? They taught you all up and down, left and right, one team, one fight, right? I got that, that's true. I got it. But I'm talking to you for 10 seconds. And individually, I'm looking you dead in the eye, every single one of you. From now on, nobody in this room can or will, dead in the eye, nobody here can or will tolerate moronic behavior, moronic language, moronic actions, or morons on any level from now on. Morons are secured, Carol. Mark the time. Mark the time. Morons are secured. Evans. I say name. Elenis. Morons are secured. Guys, morons are secured. Because this time you truly have did it big for real. And this we need to discuss. You truly have did it big this time, haven't you, Carter? Well, be specific. Done what big? Engineer in the SNIPE factory. Voluntarily putting yourself in engineering school is a very, very, very serious thing you have done. Here you are on engineering school day 1, right? And what exactly does it mean? A year from now, where will you be? That's correct, the Persian Gulf. The Persian Gulf, the Arabian Sea, North Korea, Libya, coast of Somalia, various parts of the Mediterranean. That's where Libya is. There's a whole list of stuff going on. Stuff where they send U.S. Navy ships that got missiles on them. Following me? A year from now, you're going. My point is this. I need your absolute 100%, all of it, all your attention, pure. Because this time you did it big, for real. Cunningham, what's your rate? GSM. What is it? How many GSs are here? What is a GS? It's a gas turbine, right? Similar to the thing that's making the sound, that crazy sound in the airplane, the jet. That's a version of a turbine. Turbine, if not operated correctly, could create a problem, you know? For us. Use your imagination. Right, Edwards? Turbine could create a problem if not operated correctly, right? It's not a toaster, is it? It's not. Cunningham, a turbine is not a toaster. You got it? It's not a listen, you guys have done it big. You're not at this ain't VCR repair technician school that works. Carol? It isn't, is it? Clark? What's your rate, Clark?
Yeah.
Jet boiler, how many MMs are here? The boiler is not a toaster, is it, Ellings? What's your rate? Right on. The toaster, the boiler is not a toaster, is it? My point is this, you guys. You need to know some stuff. There are only 3 types of engineers in the Navy. So before we go there, here's the rules. Piss off, embarrassed, or offended are secured. Classroom rules. Piss off, embarrassed, and offended are secured. That's for babies. Raise your hand if you're offended by real language. Time's up. Language is on. And this is open forum. No hands are required. Just blurt it out. We're just not going to talk over each other. All right? For video purposes, it's going to have to be the condensed version. So, let's start over. I made a bold statement tonight, Carol. I said, you guys made it to the only place to be on day one. I'm not kidding. I wasn't. I'm sorry, for real. And I'm fixing to prove it to you. Because morons are secure. Need your attention because you are going. There are only 3. You have did it big this time. And here's what I'm talking about. There's only 3 types of engineers. 3 types of engineers. The whole Navy, Cunningham. There are the best. There's fired, and then there's dead. That's it. Well, you don't want to be dead. You're not suicidal. You don't want to be dead, right? Well, you probably don't want to be fired either, right? Well, then you only got one thing left. Option A. Agreed, Carter? Are we in agreement? All right. Option A. Well, to be on your way to be the best engineer in the Navy a year from now, because that's what you want, right? You want to be the best engineer a year from now. What would you love? You need to be the best engineer in the Navy because you don't want to be fired and you don't want to be dead. Well, then you only got option A. So to be on your way to be the best engineer in the Navy a year from now, this journey begins tomorrow in room 201 right over there. MM1 is your LPO, MM2 is your LPO. You guys will be over there. The trip starts tomorrow. To be on tomorrow, you'll be sitting in front of a computer with your book wide open and your notebook and a brain going at full speed. Tomorrow. This is the pre-brief. So to be on your way, starting tomorrow, to be the best engineer, you have to know a whole bunch of stuff. But number 1 and number 2 things you got to know, there's first and second thing you have to know. So, I'm going to teach them to you right now. Number 1, the very first thing you got to know to be on your way to being the best engineer a year from now is that you are going. It needs to be acknowledged. You're going. It's too late to change your mind now, ain't it, Carter? Going where? You're damn right. Here's the proof. Ain't because I said so. It's because 5,000 students are going to graduate school this year, and 98% of those 5,000 are going to the Gulf or some other place just like that. Within a year. The vast majority of you, it's much less than a year, and more like weeks. My point is, in a year, you might be there 3 times. I've been there 3 times. You're going. Here's one more piece of proof. You ready? Do this math problem. It's simple. Simple math. You ready? U.S. Navy on your shirt, plus engineering school, day 1, plus mines and terrorists. I use the word Persian Gulf. Persian Gulf covers the whole list. You follow? Mines and terrorists and threats coming out of there every day equals where will you be? Threats to America and its allies every day equals where will you be next year? Where are you going to be? You're going to be there. You are, aren't you? You're not going to be in nowhere, Nebraska. Communication station, nowhere, Nebraska. No. Right? The VCR repair technician who graduated VCR repair tech school, he might be in nowhere, Nebraska, where they play tennis with the tumbleweeds at lunchtime. You guys aren't going to nowhere, Nebraska, are you? You're going to some ship called the USS. We're coming for your ass. Ain't it just like the coal, ain't it, Cunningham? And they got missiles, don't they? And guess where the ship is going to go to take out some of those terrorists before they blow up something else? That's where you're going. You guys listen to me. Very first thing, number 1 thing you got to know to be on your way to being the best engineer is the acknowledgement that you are going. You are going. right where the coal happened. You all saw the coal, right? You're going right there, right where it happened. That's Yemen. That's the center of your whole damn place. You're going right there, Carol. You understand me? You are going, aren't you? Too late to change your mind now, right? So, raise your hand and be honest. If you had never thought about being in a situation or in a place where the coal happened, didn't think about, never pictured yourself in the Persian Gulf until I said so. And words honestly goes a long way. Well, listen to me. It needs to be acknowledged. The ultimate thing we're looking to avoid, absolute ultimate, the reason why we secured morons is because we're looking to avoid one particular thing. What is it? Absolute last thing we're looking to avoid, what is it? Death. That's correct, Elanus. Death. That's correct. We're looking to avoid death, aren't we? All right. Number one, the math doesn't lie, right? You're going. U.S. Navy plus engineering, that math doesn't lie, does it? 98% of 5,000 is how many of this class? 98% of 5,000 students go to the Gulf in the first year. 98% of 5,000 is how many in here?
Everybody.
It's all of you, that's correct. We're just good at math. It's all of you. You are going. You're going, Cunningham, you going, yes or no? Okay. I'm going to give you 0.25 seconds, a quarter of a second to learn it. I mean, to acknowledge it. Ready, set, go. Time's up. You got it? You're going, aren't you? Okay, that's number one. Number two thing to be on your way to being the best engineer a year from now is you have to know what you did. Your voluntary decision to do this. How it's serious, ain't it? I'm going to guess the most serious thing you've all done with your lives up till now. Yes or no? How serious is it? Who knows? How serious is it? Who knows? How serious? What'd you say? How do you say your name? V? V said it. What's your rate? V said it. You could die. That's how serious it is. It's even worse than that, V. You could die and take us with you. That's pretty serious, ain't it? You guys ain't working a year. It's not a VCR. It's not a broken VCR, and it's not a toaster. You guys following me? So, number two thing you got to know, the thing you have to know to be on your way to being the best engineer is that your decision is very, very serious. How serious? You could die. That's the ultimate thing we are looking to avoid, death. It's a phone call from the captain to your mother. Raise your hand if you got a mommy or grandmommy or some reasonable facsimile. Well, let's heads up. Listen to this. The captain doesn't call your mommy on Thanksgiving, on Hanukkah, or your birthday. Does not. You understand? The captain only calls your mommy when you are unable to. And it ain't because you got a broken arm. Do you understand me? When the worst case scenario happens, the captain calls your mother. This is what we are looking to avoid. So now, number one, you're going, aren't you?
Yeah.
Number two, this is a serious thing you've done this time, ain't it? I told you, did it big, haven't you, Carol? It's as big as it gets this time. What's your rate, Carol? Yeah, man. Here, listen to me. The boiler. What you know about it today is irrelevant. What you know about it when you get on the bus, that's what matters. Here's what you need to know about the boiler. How many MMs are here? Here's the boiler. Here's what you need to know today about the boiler. 10 of us can get inside and do jumping jacks. That's big. It's a big, serious boiler. Maybe there are 2 of them. And it turns water into steam and puts it under such ungodly, crazy pressure that a little tiny pinhole leak in a line could cut like a laser right through that concrete. Imagine what it could do to your abdomen. Following me? And that's a pinhole leak in a line. Imagine a big hole in a boiler could do what? That's right. Explode is what? Another word for explosion. An explosion exactly is what? It's a fireball. That's right. An explosion is a fireball, isn't it? And the fireballs do what? You saw that picture of the coal. That was a hole in the ship. Created by what? A fireball. Every single hole in every single ship has been created by fireballs, and this is why we got morons secured. Because morons and boilers don't mix, do they, Carol? No. And morons and turbines don't mix either. Nor, where are you at, Benjamin? Just you, B? 2 of you? 3 of you? Do? Benjamin? Engine woman? Right on, girlfriend. The only place